Hello everyone, welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well, and it's finally done. Finally, after 2 years of waiting for Thomas Partey, he has finally been announced as an Arsenal player. Man, we had to wait the entire day. We had to be patient. As Arsenal fans, remember, rule number one, the number one thing you need to have is patience. So Thomas Partey is finally done, and I had to do this video of how Arsenal could line up with our new signing Thomas Partey. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to talk about two lineups that we could field with Thomas Partey. The one that we could field against the lesser clubs, no disrespect to them at home and stuff like that. And then I'm also going to talk about the lineup we could field away to like top 6 clubs and stuff when you're trying to defend rather than attack. So in this video I'm going to be focusing on that, and without wasting any time, let me get to the predicted or potential lineup with Thomas Partey. The first lineup I'm going to talk about is the lineup we could field mostly at the Emirates Stadium, the one that when we want to dominate teams and attack teams. We've seen Arsenal getting dominated so many times recently, especially with even big teams and smaller teams, but now we have the chance of dominating teams, possession and all that. So when we're playing at home to West Brom, Southampton and all those teams, we don't want to defend. We've seen against West Ham and Sheffield, we've really struggled in terms of attacking. So when you have this squad on screen right now, let me go through it. Leno in goal, obviously. This also allows us to go back to a back four. A back five, we were being forced to play a back five because we had no midfielder, and you know our problems. It's not, I don't even have to talk about them. So we can now go back to the back four with Tierney on the left, Bellerin on the right. Of course, with Bellerin, you can pick for yourself. It could be Bellerin, it could be Niles, whoever you prefer, and Luis and Gabriel in the middle. Saliba is still an Arsenal player, so it's interesting to see when he's going to join this team. Is Holding going to be preferred? Pablo Mari when he comes back from injury, that is going to be interesting. But the midfield is what we're going to focus on. All of a sudden, we don't have to play just El Neni and Xhaka in the middle. Lack of creativity. We don't have to play just Willock and El Neni. No, we can now have Thomas Partey and Ceballos. Xhaka is not a bad player, but he can be coming from the bench, and we'll have a very strong bench with people like that on the bench. So Partey and Ceballos in the middle. Ceballos will complement him. Partey will complement him. But Partey can go forward. Ceballos can go forward. Partey can come back. There's a lot of energy in that midfield all of a sudden. And then in front of them, you can have Pepe, Willian, and Aubameyang. Now, also here, you can really decide who you want. Do you want Willian on the bench? Do you want Saka in the team? Do you want Pepe to play in as a number 10? For me, I actually prefer Pepe as the number 10, but as of now, I'll put him on the right and Willian as the number 10. You can decide whether you want Aubameyang as a striker or Saka on the left. But for me, Pepe, Willian, Aubameyang, and Lacazette up front. All of a sudden, that team you're seeing on screen there, that team can score 4 to 5 goals. I've just been saying the whole day, when back then when we used to have Walcott, Van Persie, Adebayo, as much as we don't like them anymore, we used to get a bunch of goals when we played the likes of Derby, Portsmouth. I remember there's a time we'd get Portsmouth, we whipped them 4-0, Adebayo hat-trick, 6-0. We used to dominate teams at home and even away from home. So I want those days back. I don't want 1-0s and 2-1s every single game. I want us to hold on to leads. I want us to score 2-3 goals in the first half. I don't want us to wait until the 40th, 90th minute every time to try and get shot on targets. No, that is definitely what I don't want. I want us to dominate games. Let's get early goals. So with that formation there, all of a sudden you can see us getting so many goals. You can have a bench of Saka, Nketiah, Niles, Xhaka, Holding, Saliba, Ranasson. Also there you can decide who you want on the bench. Nelson. Remember, as I've said, you can put Pepe on the bench, Saka in the squad. There's a lot of ways you can field, and that's the goodness of this squad. There's a lot of options. Let me now get to the second squad that we could field. This one mostly will be against the top 6 clubs, especially away from home. When we are away to teams like maybe Tottenham, who apparently they've improved. When you're playing away to City, even Leeds, teams like that, when you're forced to play a back five, maybe even in the Europa League tough games, you could have Leno. You could have a back three of Luis, Gabriel, and Tierney. Of course, again, there you could decide on who you want. You could have Holding. You could have Tierney as the left wing back. You could have Pablo Mari there. There's a lot of ways you could field. Bellerin on the right and Saka on the left side, and then in the middle you could have Thomas and Xhaka. Now this is a completely different one from what we are trying to do at home. This one you are trying to hold and then play on the counter attack. Speaking of playing on the counter attack, you have Aubameyang, Willian, Lacazette. You could drop Lacazette and put Aubameyang up front. You could drop Willian and put Pepe. There's a lot of different ways you could pick, but these are two different lineups against the bigger teams and against the smaller teams. Both of them could work. Of course, there's no reason why we cannot go with the first team against City away. Of course, we don't want to go and get trashed 6-1 or 7-2 like some teams. We don't want that. So these are the two lineups we could field. All of a sudden, our midfield is really different. If we didn't get Partey, we only had Xhaka, Willock, and El Neni. Torreira's left, Guendouzi has left. All the best to them, by the way. So this is a stronger one. You have different options. You could go attacking, you could go defensive. The opponent wouldn't know who you're fielding. Tierney, Saka, Bellerin. Are you going to play Niles on the left? Are you going to bring on Willock, Niles, Nelson? Who are you going to bring on? All of a sudden, we have a good team. So that one signing can make the difference. Of course, we needed more signings, but as of now, let's celebrate this signing. Let me know what you think about those lineups. Of course, I've done like 8 other videos on Thomas Partey, all in the description, all in the YouTube card. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know how you feel about this signing, what your rating is for our transfer window out of 10. We kept Ozil, we bought Willian, we kept Mustafi, all that. You have to include all that. What is your rating for this transfer window? But as of now, thank you very much for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.